Good evening, everybody. Good evening. Good evening. Blessings and greetings to each and every one of you. I'm just sitting here. And I was led to do this video because I want to encourage somebody. And I want to firstly say, first of all, I'm not going to apologize for God being good to me, for God being good to us. That ain't going to happen. And I don't want anyone to take my post as bragging and flaunting or anything like that. But the Bible says, whatever is done in secret, God will reward you openly. I want to come up here and encourage someone. I know you've cried. I know there was times you wanted to give up. I know there was times that you wanted to throw in the towel. I know there was times that you were mad at God. I know there was times that you asked yourself, well, why am I even on this journey? Why am I trying to live this life? I had more fun in the world. Ain't it true, Elder?
It's the truth.
I know you have, because guess what? I've done it. Lord, while I'm going through all this stuff, I mean, I pay my tithes, I do this, I do that, I do this, I do this, and it seems like I'm still catching hell on every side. The more I serve you, it seems like the more this happened. The more I submit, it seems like this happened. But let me explain something to you. The devil wants you to give up. He wants you to say, what's the use? The devil wants you to say, well, I had more fun out there doing this. I thought this life would be a little bit easier. I thought when I got in trouble, God would be there. I thought when I asked for something, I would get it. And guess what? God is always there. And he said, if you ask, you shall receive. But there is a time, a waiting period. Have you ever went and got a gun and you know that you have to do fingerprints? And is there not a waiting period? There's a waiting period because they need to check out some stuff. They need to see some stuff. And it's the same thing with God. See, God already know. Matter of fact, let me make it clear. God already has what it is you want. He already know what you want. He created us. But the thing is, hey, baby, before he give it to you, he has to know that you're going to take care of it, that you're mature enough to take care of it. I've said this. This was some years ago. I did a video. Would you give a 4-year-old a piece of china? Would you give a 4-year-old a piece of china? Because then when he turn around and he holding it and he break it, then you'll get mad. But why did you give that 4-year-old a piece of china when to him it's just a plate? You know it's china. You know it's expensive. You know it's valuable. But why would you give it to him? And God is like that with us. He's not going to give us anything that we are not mature enough to handle yet. And he's definitely not going to give us anything that we have not toiled and worked for. And he know he can trust us with it. See, some things, yeah, it comes easy. You know, you have blessings. You have little, blessings and stuff like that. But I'm talking about them blessings that done cost you some tears, some sweat, some hurt. Your heart been broken. Your soul been hurt. Those type of blessings, see, take time because He needs to know that once you get it, you ain't going to stop serving him. You ain't going to forget him. Some things, even when Job got sick, it was years. It was some time before Job was healed. But at the end, he gave him double. What am I saying? You've waited. You've cried. You've been hurt. You've prayed. You've trusted. You've fasted. You've been a blessing to others. You sowed some seeds. And guess what?
It's harvest time.
It's harvest time. It's harvest time. It is harvest time. See, that's why I don't never get envious or jealous or competitive when I see other people getting blessed, because I don't know what they went through. I don't know what they went through to get that blessing. I want to share something with y'all. My first car, I got my ex-husband, my first husband bought it for me right off the showroom floor. And I think we might have had to put maybe $1,500, $1,800, something like that down. Then as I got older, you know, I had to put $2,000, whatever. Got another vehicle. I think I had a Stratus. I had to put about $1,800 down. Then I had a Intrepid. We put like $3,000 down. I had a Bronco. I had a Blazer. I had to put $2,000 down. When I got my Versa, I had to put almost $3,800 down. And when I got my Murano, I paid cash for that, because, you know, that was some of the money that Khalil left me. Then when we got the Altima, I put $2,000 down. I am 49 years old. And this is the first vehicle that I walked in there and didn't put a penny down. 49 years old. And I've been driving since I was 16. That is what, 33 years that I have always had to put money down. This is the first time that we were called to come to the car dealership. We were called. I was not looking, and my husband will tell you, we had plans of next year in November, when I turned 50, I was going to get my SUV. Yep. Thursday, the dealership called us, said, come down, because we know what you want and we want to put you in it. And I'm sitting there and looked at my husband like, man, I ain't got no money. Christmas just passed, and, you know. And he said, honey, if it's of God, you gonna know. Because you ain't gonna have to chase nothing. You ain't gonna have to do none of that, and you ain't gonna have to put no money down. So that was Thursday. So we was supposed to go see the man Friday. I said, no, I don't know. So then, you know, weekend passed. We was supposed to go yesterday. And I forgot what came up, but
we got busy.
Yeah, we got busy. So I told him today, I said, you know what? I prayed to God. I said, well, Lord, look, we didn't call these people. We didn't ask for any of this. So God, we gonna trust you. And that's when I made the post earlier. I said, Lord, you said if I delight myself in you, that you would give me the desires of my heart. But I don't want nothing that you don't want for me. Because I know when you start getting into them SUVs, you looking at $8, $9, $1,000, some dollars. No, we ain't going to do that, because I know it's other stuff that we're trying to do. So I told my husband, I said, well, I'm going to trust God. I'm going to trust him. Because for one, we didn't call. And I'm going to go in there and I'm going to talk to him. So we got there. And I told the young man, I said, okay, y'all called us. Did I not?
Yeah.
I said, my credit ain't the best. I don't have no money. And I didn't come here to waste your time. And I don't want you wasting mine. This is what I want. This is what I want to pay. This is what I want for the Ultima. This is what I want after the Ultima is paid for. And this is what we going to do. Did I not?
Oh, yeah. All of it.
And my husband said, all he kept saying was, honey, you got it. You got it. It's yours. I told him, well, honey, he said, honey, it's yours. And this is what I love about God. He's strategic. I told God, I said, my next vehicle that I get, I want it to be blue. Because y'all know I do my blue for Khalil. So I said I wanted my next vehicle to be blue. So when we went on the car lot, the Infinity was a dark gray, just like the Ultima. But behind it was a blue Armada. And when I pulled up, what did I say?
He said, I bet you they're going to put me in that Armada there.
I told him, I bet you they're going to put me in that Armada. But I wanted the Infinity. But I've always liked the Armadas. And I told him, I'll take either one. But I wanted my vehicle to be blue. So make a long story short, we got in there. I told him what was what. He came in there. He said, look, I'm going to be honest with you. People only pay for the brand. I'm not going to allow you to pay $12,000 more for just a badge, for the Infinity badge, when the Infinity and the Armada are pretty much the same thing. I said, okay. Did the paperwork, told him my income, went across the hall, not even 10 minutes? The man came back. Here it is. She's good. We ain't had to bring no proof of income. We ain't had to go get no paperwork. No award letters. Our bank statements. None of that. I sat there and looked at my husband like. So he said, okay, we're going to go and take it to the back and get it washed up and cleaned up for you. So what am I saying? What God has for you is for you. You ain't got the neck work. You ain't got to beg, borrow, and steal. You ain't got to hustle. You ain't got to do all this extra stuff. Because what God has for you is for you. Do you have to put in the work for the kingdom? Yes. But do you have to do all this other stuff? No. What God has for you is for you. And you ain't got to chase it down, because the word said, goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life. Goodness and mercy are following me. I ain't got to chase them. As long as I follow Christ,
the
goodness and mercy is going to follow me. So that is what I'm encouraging anybody that is listening to this. I'm not bragging on me and my husband.
Nope.
I'm not, because it's not us. It's all God.
Oh.
And God said he's no respecter person. So if he did it for me, he'll do it for you. But this is what I want you to speak to yourself. It's my turn. It's my turn. It's my time. It's my season. It's harvest time. It is harvest time. For some of y'all that's listening to this, you have gone through hell. You have cried. You ever cried so hard till you almost throw up?
My God.
You have shed some tears that nobody knows about but God. You have went without. You have been hurt because you helped other people.
My God.
You lacked because you gave and you poured into people that all they did was drain you. You've gone through hell. Somebody listening to this video has gone through hell. And baby, I'm here to tell you, listen to me. I'm not a prophetess. I'm not a prophet. Does God use me prophetically? Yes. Listen to me and listen to me well. It is your time. It's your turn. You've watched others get blessed. You've watched others do this. You've even watched some unsaved people get blessed. You've watched others, and it's almost like God kept overlooking you, bypassing you. But let me tell you something. He wasn't overlooking you. He was preparing you. He was preparing you. He wasn't overlooking you. He didn't bypass you. He was preparing you. He was preparing you. Because see, at the end of the day, nobody has a clue. We share things with y'all. We're very transparent. But y'all would never understand the magnitude of hell we went through these 34 years.
37
No, these past 3 years was good.
Oh, yeah.
These past 34 years.
You know I can't add.
So now he said that my latter shall be greater. That's what God said. He said, my latter shall be greater. Your latter shall be greater. That's what he said. And you know, people say you got to remind God. God don't need reminding of his word. But just say, God, you said that my latter shall be greater. And I'm trusting and I'm believing you.
Yes, God.
And like Jacob said, I ain't going to let you go till you bless me. And even when you bless me, I still ain't letting you go.
That's right.
So tonight, I wanted to share that with y'all. To let y'all know, when it's of God, you ain't got to do all that extra stuff. You gonna know it's God. Because it's gonna come to you. And I keep telling y'all, we won't even thinking about that truck. Because I already said next year, my 50th birthday in November, I wanted it. And he said, okay. That was it.
Whole conversation.
The whole conversation. And it ain't like we walked around here every day talking about, oh, Lord, I can't wait. Oh, no, we left it alone. And I said, God, if it's for me, I want it. Next year on my 50th birthday. But how many of us know you can't put a time limit on God? Because when he's ready to bless you, he's going to do it. He's going to bless you. So I just want to encourage, uplift, motivate, whatever it is. I don't care what you're waiting on. A husband, a promotion, elevation, your faith to be increased. Your healing, your deliverance, your children delivered, whatever it is you're believing God for, this is not the time to give up because you're too close. You're too close. This ain't the time to give up. This is when you got to press in. You've got to press in. And I'm going to speak for me. This is just the beginning. I ain't even seen nothing yet. And you ain't seen nothing yet. God is about to bless some of y'all so bad. Some of y'all have been holding in y'all testimonies. And that's why God ain't really been able to bless you like you want to, because you're holding your testimony. And that's causing some people that can't even get delivered. We overcome by the testimony, right?
In the blood of the Lamb.
In the blood of the Lamb. Some of y'all have been holding on to your testimonies, and God is holding your blessing. Because some people, deliverance is waiting on your testimony. And you too embarrassed, you too humiliated, whatever the case may be. Let me tell you something. Ain't none of us perfect. And I bet you whatever your testimony is, I bet you mine can outdo it. From being nasty, from cheating, from marriages, stealing, all types of stuff. Stop sitting on your testimony. Because when you sit on your testimony, you're sitting on your blessing. Why would God bless you with something else and you ain't even gave your testimony of what he done did already?
That's it. Teach.
Why would he bless you with something else and you ain't even told the goodness of what y'all, I'm about to go. I'm not doing this with y'all tonight.
Thank you.
Why would he bless you? And you ain't even told nobody of his goodness, of how he delivered you from drugs, how he delivered you from gluttony, how he delivered you from lying, how he delivered you from stealing, how he delivered you from unforgiveness, how he delivered you from hate, how he delivered you from anger, how he delivered you from wanting to kill somebody, how he delivered you from suicide, how he delivered you from insecurity. You ain't even told that. And now you want him to bless you with something bigger just for you to hold that in? And somebody sitting over there still, they at the string of their hope. And all they want to know is, can God really do it? Yes, he can. He can do it.
And then some.
And then some, and some after that. And some after that. Exceedingly and abundantly. But y'all don't even want to tell your testimony of where you're at right now. So why would he bless you with something else? With moving you, with elevating you, with increasing you, and you don't even want to tell?
Bless his name.
Y'all, this is the time. This is testimony and revival time. Come on, God. This is testimony and revival time, because it is time for us to revive those that are dead, that have given up, that have backslidden, that have fallen to the wayside. It's time to let people know, listen, I wanted to give up. I went through this. I was dealing with this, but I had to hold on. Holding on is the only thing I could do. Holding on is the only thing I know. Stop being afraid of your testimony. Learn to be transparent. Learn to be transparent, because God needs to know that you appreciated what he did for you, that you were grateful for what he did for you.
Yes, God.
And once he see that, once he hear that, then he can give you another testimony, and then another testimony. And another testimony. And this was just another testimony for me of God's goodness, of God's grace, of God's mercy. Because he didn't have to do it. Ain't it?
And great is his faithfulness.
Ain't he faithful? He's faithful. I love y'all. I love y'all. Continue to keep us in prayer as we keep you in prayer.
Always.
We love y'all for real, for real. And y'all, I got to say this. When I look back over my life and all the stuff that I've done and said and things like that, I don't, even though I asked God for forgiveness and he cleaned me up and everything, I don't deserve this man that is sitting next to me. There is nothing in this world this man would not give me or do for me. There's nothing in this world that he will let hurt or harm me. There's nothing in this world that he would even think about doing to hurt me or make me cry. Are we perfect? No. But to just go out of his way and do something, he protects me. He's a protector. He's a provider. And putting a smile on my face. He lives for that. And he's sitting right here. I want y'all to see him.
Blessings, everyone.
He's sitting right here. I love this man, and I'm not talking about for things. I'm talking about when I had my surgery, and he was there when I woke up. And when I went to sleep at night and woke up that next morning, he was coming right back to be with me. This man makes sure that I get my health care and everything that I need when I'm hurting. He takes care of me. He washes clothes. He cleans up. He takes care of the dog when my knees are hurting me. This man loves me for real, and I love him. And I am grateful to God.
Me too.
If I lost everything, as long as I had him and God, because I know he ain't gonna let me get in no pity party. He ain't gonna let me stay in no dark place, but he's gonna cover me and we gonna pray ourselves out of it. When you got a partner and a man of God like that, or a woman of God like that, you're more than conquerors. I love y'all. And I thank my husband for loving me. And I give God the glory. I love y'all. I love y'all so much. Y'all stay encouraged. Don't give up. Stay motivated. Keep your head up. Keep your head up. And believe what God is telling you. He's talking to some of y'all. Y'all are wondering, is that really? Yeah, it's him. It's him. Yeah. And he'll send you a confirmation. It's him. We love y'all.
We love you all.
Y'all be blessed.